Hello guys, Alpha Smurf from OCS here. So 祝中国人、华人所有的华人新年快乐，万事如意。Alright, today is I think it's 大年初二。新年快乐 Happy Chinese New Year guys. So today I will talk more about lots mobile mechanics. I won't really go down and show you those interesting stuff like zero and stuff. Today is a bit more dry and boring. It's about numbers, stats, effectively giving mechanics information about how to send your troops, heroes, and most importantly, how important is squad damage. Squad damage. So what do I mean by squad damage? Look at Trickster, this guy dancing around here. Trickster is the hero without any logistic damage, which means all the battle skill over here, you see research boost, max energy, and energy regeneration. It's all administration. This means that it will not add any troop attack, defense, or health at all. So what it does is it only deal 200% squad attack. So we're going to drill down further into this and see how Trickster, the addition of the Trickster, will improve the overall attack and overall rally. Alright? So without further ado, let's us start off with going through the basic of attack, Lots Mobile animation. Alright? So let's have a look at this first. If you notice, whenever you send for rally, battle, anything darkness, the troop type is always divided into 4. Each troop type, let me repeat, each troop type will always be divided into 4 different squads. Which means that let's say you send 100,000 range, it will divide into 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 and 25,000 of range each. 4 squad. Even you send 4 range troops, it will means also 4 squads. 1 per squad, make up of 4 troops. So that is how IGG do. So if you look at this, 4 squads, 4 squads. It's always the case. So let me briefly write it down over here. So the battle mechanism is it's always 4 squads per troop type. As long as there is more than 4 troops. Need at least 4 troops to have 4 squads. You'll divide it accordingly. So each hero leads a squad. So which means this over here, there's always a hero leading a squad over here. 4. Alright? Squad DPS is based on the size of that squad. What do I mean by that? So just picture, let's say you have 200k range, 10k infantry. Like you have 200k range, 10k infantry. Okay? So if you send out 2 range heroes and 2 infantry heroes, it will effectively mean that, see, remember what I said? Divided into 4 squad, right? So each squad for this range is 50k. Whereas each squad for this infantry is 2,500 troops. So you remember, each hero will lead a squad. So effectively, the number of troops that have squad damage, troops with squad damage, is equal to times 2. This is what I meant. Alright? So what does this mean? This means that as long as you are sending one majority type of hero, as in troop type, you should always have at least 4 heroes leading that troop type. 4, not even 3. I will explain I'll go through a more detailed testing right after this, so that I can justify why whatever I said is accurate. Alright, this is what I'm trying to say. So the last part is each squad is equal to total troop of the same type divided by 4. Each troop type squad equal divided by 4. Alright? So this is effectively the whole thing I'm trying to talk about, the basic. So last month or 2 months back, I asked IGG one question about whenever you send like 5 heroes of the same type, like let's say 5 range hero, 5 infantry hero, you'll notice in the attack animation, one of them will always be standing behind. So I asked IGG, why is that so? Is it just some kind of better animation glitch, or it's just a bug whereby squad DPS might still apply? It's just that it's not showing in the better animation. So let's give an example of what I meant. So if you go back to let's say, how to find one. Alright, I think it's this. You see this? This is better against the darkness. I sent 5 range heroes. See what happened. You see 4 range are in the front line. If you look behind, Pertic Devil is standing behind. You must know this. Pertic Devil is also a range hero. Why is she is standing behind? So this is what IGG replied me. IGG said something like this. Yep. This is what IGG said. Sorry. So thank you for contacting us. We apologize for the inconvenience this has caused you. So regarding your concern, please be informed that the tactics of the 5th hero will not be used in the battlefield due to you cannot show up in the battle, but the logistics of the boost will be added on the whole armies. We hope this clarified your concern. So what this means is the 5th hero will not give any squad DPS, not even a single squad DPS, nothing. But it will give you whatever logistic buff it will helps the whole troop. So let's say it's a Rose Knight, and Rose Knight being a cavalry hero, you did not send any cavalry hero, but Rose Knight army attack will help in the overall range army attack. That's what it means. Okay, so let's move on. So now we already go through some basic mechanism of squad DPS, as well as you need to send only 4. Have to send 4. This is how the mechanics works. So now let's go through more detailed testing. So just now I did some testing on darkness. So for the sake of darkness testing, I did a rally, sorry, just a rally with 248,001 troops consistently throughout for this darkness. This darkness level 2. Let's have a look at the scout report first. This is the darkness I did for our testing purposes. So this is a level 2 darkness with war HP of 367, 69k and 500k defenders. So what I did is, for the sake of testing, I only sent in T1s, ranged T1s, alright? So the first testing I sent in 248,001 T1s in range feelings, and with what? The leader remain unchanged. It's always Law Weaver in this case. And the first testing is 3 ranged heroes. Alright, this 3 ranged hero and 1 Law Weaver. Let me highlight it. Means I have to go through it. This is the first testing. And it's always 248,001. Remain unchanged. Stats remain unchanged throughout. So my stats is always this. Okay. So just for the purpose of this testing, I'm always equipped in this fast moving gear, because this is the gear, the speed gathering gear. Alright? And I'm always in range feelings throughout these 3 testing. Alright, so for the second testing is this. Everything remained the same except for the addition of Trickster. Addition of Trickster. So you see, leader remain unchanged. The same 3 range units, but this time around I include a Trickster. Trickster does not give you any logistic buff, does not give you even 1% of defense or attack or any HP. Nothing. It just gives 200% squad DPS as what I shown you just now. Alright? Let's go through these 2 tests first. For the first test, this is our first test. We have 107,000 losses and 39,000 losses for the darkness. So we queue 39,000 and we lost 107,000. This is our first test. So let's write it down in words. So record it down. Alright. So we lost 107, 114, 39, 574. Let's make it clearer. I don't really like this format. Alright, so net queues. Use net queues as a basis to see the results. Alright, so it's always use these 2 numbers. We use our queues less of the losses. This is our net queue. So this means that the higher the net queues, means our strength is better, which means the darkness is more successful. So having a more negative value means cui lah, bad lah, means it sucks, 就是很烂，对，就是这样。So this is our first one. Second one, $103,000 losses on our part, 44,000 losses for the darkness part. So this means 103, 393, 44162. Negative 59,000. This means with a Trickster, our darkness is so much more effective and efficient. So by how much it is? Let's see the differences. This minus this. It's a 8,300 improvement. Put this into percentage perspective. What is the improvement? 14%. It's a 14% improvement in terms of the net kills. That's very significant. Sorry, we go through this already. So I highlight this in green. Alright. So now the third test. 3 range hero, 1 law weaver, and plus 1 rose knight. The reason why I decided to test this out is because I noticed many people out there, even some people in my guild, they don't know the importance of sending 4 range heroes. And most of the time, they think sending an army attack hero, or not even rose knight, can be anything. Can be berserker, can be any attack hero. But for this case, it's rose knight. Rose knight gives 20% army attack. So they believe sending a gold army attack hero that is not range. Let's say they are against a full cavalry darkness. They want to send all range, but they still send rose knight or berserker, which is infantry. It's not a range hero, and they ended up having only 3 range heroes. So they were telling me, oh no, since rose knight and law weaver, they are gold, it's much better. But let me prove to you why you are wrong. Totally wrong. Let's see. This is the third one. As usual, everything is the same except for, instead of trickster, I use rose knight. Alright. So what is the result? 103,000 losses on our part and 42,000 losses for the darkness. One 7, 42,492. Can you see that? Having a rose knight with additional 20% attack, for the benefit of those who don't know what rose knight give in terms of the troop logistic buff, let me show you. Rose knight give 20% army attack. 20%. That's very big. 20% army attack. Yet the results show this. Net 60,000 kills, which means trickster, the one with trickster as compared to rose knight, is slightly better than one with 20% attack. Trickster adds 0 logistic. All it did is squad damage. And having that additional squad damage, which fill out the 4, one of the squad I'm referring to, give you so much damage. And you have to bear in mind that most of the time we will not be sending trickster with 0 logistic damage. We will be sending like Pertic Devil, we will be sending like Ethereal Guide with a bit of army attack, a bit of range health, range defense to add on to the squad damage. So you can see it's so much better if, let's say, you fill up at least 4 in the front line. That's how it works. Alright, I hope it clears the doubt of like having to send 3 only, because sending 4 is so much more important. Okay, the last part I will have to go through is about how to counter darkness. For the benefit of the whole stream, I try to keep it short. I know it drags a bit already, so I'll just talk about 2 things. How to counter against a full cavalry plus range kind of darkness, as well as how to counter against full cavalry darkness in the most effective way. Alright? So, how to counter full coverage range. Let's find an example. Example number 1. Let me think. When did I did something that's coverage range? Aha. Just recently. This is level 17. Alright. So what I did, I requested only sending range, not even a single troop of cavalry or infantry. Only range. The reason is because I want the cavalry to rush out of the darkness, so that I will definitely hit the cavalry front line first. Because if I were to send a bit of ancient drought riders, or even one troop of infantry, what will happen is we will end up hitting the range front line. Can you see that? Range feelings. The darkness is in range feelings. Look at the battle. The fact that I send only range, it triggered this mechanism that forces the cavalry to rush out first. So as long as the cavalry is out of the darkness, and only after that you drop the wall, that is when the range, no matter whatever formation, the range will be behind, and you will strike the cavalry at the front line first. So this is very important, especially if you are unsure of what's the default formation inside, because there's always a 50% chance you'll hit the wrong formation. It's always 50% chance. Alright? So I don't want to play on chance and don't want to waste people's time, so that's a way to deal with cavalry range darkness. And I only have, I think, 1 mil T4. Let's have a look at the report again. Yeah, so it's 1 mil T4. And yep, that's the report. So the second thing I will talk about is, let me write down first, send only range, so that cavalry will dash out, will rush out of darkness, ensuring cavalry to be frontline. This is the one. So how do you deal with against full cavalry? Many will say just send full range, but I tell you, sending full range, although it is accurate, it is not 100% efficient. The best efficient way is playing with the mechanism of delay impact. Let me show you an example. What is delay impact? I think last month I did level 5 darkness, and I used this mechanism of delay impact. Delay impact, I think it's this. Pardon me, I think it's this. Should be this. Yes, it's this. This is the one I'm referring to. So let's look at the battle first before I go through the troop composition. You see? You just have a look at the battle animation. We barely win. We barely won this darkness, if you notice. So, why did I show this darkness? You notice, although we have Although this is a full cavalry darkness, I did some buffer. Look at this. I did 4 heroic fighters, around 31,000 Dread Riders. You know why I asked for 4 heroic fighters? Because 4 heroic fighters will make up 4 squads. And IGG mechanic is such that as long as it represents a squad, you need some time to strike it down before it move on. So with that, it created total of 8 squads in front of us. 4 heroic fighter squad and 4 Asian Dread Rider squad. Ignore Royal Guards because it's part of the infantry, so it still form 4 squads. So effectively, 8 squads will be marching in front towards the Asian Dread Riders, blocking and delaying the impact of the Dread Riders from the heroic cannons. This allows us to have enough time to strike down their morale before they even strike into the meat of our heroic cannons. Alright? So if you look carefully again, see? 4 range in front, the cavalry and the infantry is slowly marching towards the wall. So in the meantime, the fact that we have cavalry and infantry, the ancient Dread Riders in the darkness will not march out. So they will definitely wait until all these front lines are cleared before they charge out of the darkness. So after the wall is breached, so it formed a shield. Although it's those die, look at the morale. Just look at the morale. Before even before reaching our range, their morale has dropped to 66%, and ours has only dropped merely 8%. So if we didn't have all this in front, we wouldn't be ahead 30% in front of the morale before they hit us. So this is very important. It helps a lot in terms of full cavalry darkness. Alright? After that, it's all history. That's how we won. So Sen, full range with 4 infant troop plus 30, make it 35k T4 cavalry. So they act as buffer to delay the impact. Alright, I guess this stream is a bit too lengthy and long now. I think it's time to stop it. So 中国人、华人全部都所有的华人，我是陈兄，祝你们新年快乐，万事如意。Happy Chinese New Year, guys. So with that, I stop my stream. This stream is a bit too technical and dry and boring to some of you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to post in the comment section. Alright? Thank you guys.